way, but I don't know how. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening to everybody that is here, even the ones that I can and can't see. People that's in the front and the people that's in the back. Let's begin just like so. Oh, Lord. It looks amazing. Like, really, seriously. You did a really good job on that. Oh, my God. I really wish I can taste it. Jesus be a fence on the main line. Yes. Hey, girl. What's going on? You're beautiful as well. All ain't well. All is not well. It's a mess. In the grand scheme of things, it's a whole mess. But what do? You just keep on pushing, right? Where you at? You on... I don't know if you follow me on YouTube, but you got to come over to YouTube sometime and watch and follow some of my videos and my lives, because I don't never really be on TikTok as much. I'll post like random videos or whatever, but over here on YouTube at Crack Queen Chronicles, that's where all the good stuff go down. How's everything with you? Thank you. Thank you so much, Precious Hazel. So I'm doing a dual live. I'm going between YouTube and between um crack-a-dawn over here, child. But yeah, other than that, I'm just trying to hang in there. I was able to get a hotel room for a day, so I'm here today, gone tomorrow. I'm right now trying to raise money, to be able to stay for another day. Yep. So that's long and form. That's the whole grand scheme of things, basically. In other words. But other than that, that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for the ice cream cone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. Yes, girl, but somebody over here on YouTube is liking this live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoever this is liking this live, thank you. Thank you for the ice cream cone, Precious Hazel. It feels so good to see y'all. A lot of y'all I haven't seen in a long time. So, yeah, that's pretty cool, or whatever. Case may be. I ain't got nothing going on for real. For real, for real. Yep, yep. So I was on the streets last night. Someone came and was able to get me a room for tonight. So I have a hotel room for tonight only. As you can see all over my face, I am tired. But I have a hotel room for one night only. Like Luther Vandross said, baby. Only for one night. So the room is averaging out to be about $97 for the $97 for the day. So with that being said, I'm trying to at least raise enough money for another day tomorrow and maybe some food or something like that. I'm really just trying to, I really just need like 7 days really for right now. And then once 7 days is over with, then from there, I kind of know like what's next on my journey. So, but other than that, things are trying to come together a little bit at a time. I'm just trying to have a little bit of patience. I don't know what the end goal is. I don't know what the end, I got an end goal, but I don't know what the overall end goal of this is. Um, if that makes sense. So, other than that, I'm good. hmm So, yeah, walking outside, walking the streets, not having nowhere to go is taking a toll on me. It's real crazy that I don't have transportation after I spent well over $3,000 to have a vehicle, so I wouldn't be in this situation. And it's just like, all right, money just gone down the drain. But this is who I am on YouTube. So I'm posting like all of my content, all of my latest, everything that's going on with me is happening over here on this page. This is where all the good stuff is at. All right, so of course I post my shorts, but throughout me posting my shorts, I still try to catch people up with what's going on with the now. And then my videos, I have videos that's kind of in chronological order, so to speak, to kind of tell a story to some sort of degree, as far as like how I got to where I am right now. But if you're trying to really seriously catch up with what's going on now, it's best to go over to my live recaps. And on the live recaps, you'll be able to see everything that's been going on. Because what I do is I go live and then I repost my lives. I save my lives so people can just go on and get the latest. So this is pretty much where it gets juicy at. It gets real critical in them damn lives, but I got some lives on here. Yeah. So that's it. So if you all are not familiar with who I'm the Crack Queen Chronicles. I go by Crack. Martavia is my name. Don't nobody call me Martavia. If you don't know me, don't you be coming in here calling me Martavia. We ain't cool like that. But no. Martavia is my name. Crack Queen Chronicles is who I go by. How you doing? Thank you for the compliment. You're beautiful as well, Miss Katrina. Thank you. So that's just how it goes. I don't have, like somebody asked me earlier today, what's the topic? I don't have a topic that I talk about when I come into live. I come into live and I talk. It's just like picking up the phone, calling y'all, having a conversation with y'all, trying to figure out what y'all got going on for the day, trying to figure out what's going on for real. Like, what's good? What's the tea? And then that's when y'all come in and y'all ask any questions. that y'all may have, any questions, any concerns, or whatever. Now, yeah, my situation is unfortunate that I am homeless, but that's why I'm still posting my content simultaneously, because I don't want no one to get bored with my journey and what it is that I have going on. So, yes, I need help. Yes, I am fundraising. Yes, I am out here on the streets on 2 feet with no car, no money, no nothing. Well, we was just good a week ago, but this is where we stand today. So, whatever the plan is just that. What else can I tell you? So yeah, so y'all have any questions or concerns or just want to talk about anything, just feel free to chat. Mm-hmm. How you doing? Yes, it's me. Hello, hi, how are you? Good evening. Jared, I don't know who Mavani is, but the name is Martavia. How are you doing? Good evening to both of you all. Be straight with me. Good evening to you. Be straight with me. So it's nice to meet you all. Um, be straight with me. I seen you before. Yes, it's me. I seen you somewhere out there before too. Thank y'all for liking this live. Yes, it's me. Um, thank you for liking this live. Doing, I'm doing just what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing well. I'm just it's a lot. This is like a whole lot on me mentally. Like, it's mentally draining because the whole grand scheme of things. Thank you so much for the GOAT. Thank you so much for liking the live. I just really seriously just can't believe that I am here in this situation. Far as being on 2 feet, like, I had a plan when I walked out of my door, and that plan went left, and then the plan went right, and then the plan went left again. And it's just like, whoa, what is going on? Like, is somebody trying to sabotage me out here, or what is the deal? Like, I don't know. And sometimes when you're going through stuff, you don't understand why you're going through what you're going through until, like, it's all said and done. So I ain't questioning it, but I'm just sitting here like, Lord, is this the path that we had to take? Is it another road, another highway, maybe a bus, a train, a plane, or something? Can somebody pick me up and get me down to the end of the road? Or what's going on? Like, why do we have to go this way? You know what I'm saying? Like, goodness, you talking about it being rough. Trying to keep the faith. Trying to keep the faith. Faith. Trying to keep the faith. That's it. So the difference is, yeah, a lot of people is going through stuff. Some is going through situations that may be a little bit more worse off than others. But at the end of the day, everybody is going through something. So I try to keep a smile on my face. I try to just keep moving and just try to be optimistic throughout the whole situation. I have my days. It gets challenging. It gets stressful. A lot of days. A lot of days. Golden years, Mom. How you doing? Mama T, thank you for the heart, me. Hope all is well with you. Golden years. But yeah, be straight with me. I'll be okay. Yes, ma'am. But thank you so much for asking. I do appreciate that. I appreciate you just asking if just how I'm doing. So it's cool or whatever. I don't really get a chance to come in and sit down and talk to y'all a lot because y'all are so used to seeing me either sleeping in the car, on the go, or just moving around trying to find somewhere to go. So when I do have the opportunity of being in a hotel, I try to take advantage of the opportunity of at least trying to come live to, like, converse with you all far as the situation with the car, no, absolutely not. No, nothing. Nothing has been said at all. I left that car Saturday. What's today? Saturday. So that was last Saturday. Yep. If you was there, you was there. Left that car last Saturday. Called and called and called and called and called. No response. Nobody could tell me nothing. But the whole grand scheme of things is this is why I'm so puzzled. You know what I'm saying? Like, tripping. I can't even find a word for it. It's just like, how? Why? I don't care what the situation may be. I don't care. Even when it comes down to your worst enemies, it's just certain things that you just don't do. And this was a situation that you just don't do. I don't care about if you don't want to help nobody out or not. Either way it go, if you didn't want to help, you shouldn't have signed up for it, number one, in the beginning. And you should have just said no. Let's start there. Even coming back and saying no would have been crazy. If you ask me, in the whole grand scheme of things, that would have been crazy. And so here it is. I'm coming and I'm saying, hey, I need some help. Is there any way possible if you could help me? And to say yes. For me to say, okay, hey, this is my situation. This is what's going on. When you already know. It's like, okay, you signed up for it. So we talk about cause and effect. So I'm back to how can I put this? I'm back to the effect of what the cause will be and back to the cause of what could have been with the effect, if that makes sense. In other words, before I asked for someone to rent me a vehicle when somebody else ran off with the vehicle, I don't care how nobody try to word it. I was sitting in a hotel for 3 weeks and couldn't generate no money, couldn't go out, couldn't do deliveries. Already arranged, discussed, this is the plan, and this is how this is going. And when things are not going well for somebody over here, and you start doing this, and they start doing this, they just say, boom, they just start to deport the ship, child. They just deport the ship. They debarred, they left. They said to hell with it. Things ain't going well for me, so I'm just going to go ahead and do my own thing. Because my family and them said that they'll help me out more if you wasn't around and all that other stuff. So that's kind of like how that went. But all in all, in the grand scheme of things, we come back, ask somebody over here and say, well, I need a car. Because with a car, I can't pay for a hotel. And if I can't pay for a hotel, then that means that I'm going to be on the street with 2 feet. And so if I'm in a hotel, I need to be able to at least be stable enough in a hotel to be able to go find a job. So that 3 weeks while I was in that hotel, I was back and forth putting in job applications. Put the job applications in, no response. She came back, she said, okay, she'll rent me the car. So I said, okay, fine. What do we got to do? If it consists of sleeping in the car, at least I have transportation to be able to generate some money. And then from that point, we can pay for the rental, keep moving, we can eat, we can breathe, we can level up and just take it step by step as the day comes. Now, every week, thank you so much for liking this live, Golden Years Mom. Every week, every Sunday, is here come the stress. Oh, well, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I don't know if I want to extend. It's just like, girl, you stressing me out. As if, like, I can't have issues. I can't have a medical emergency. I can't have stuff going on with me to the point where, you know what? I'm short this week. But if you didn't got all your money, probably maybe at that time, maybe a good $3,000, why do you think that you won't get the rest of it? And if this is how I've been living, breathing inside this car, what makes you think that I won't pay it? Now, all of that stuff on the backstory is a whole nother story for another day. It's not makeup. It's not makeup. It's my eyebrows. It's the light. Yeah, it's the light. Thank you. I appreciate it. Girl, yeah, I had to go get some of the hair off my face. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Listen, as a mother, we just try to be the best that we can be. Even sometimes we can't even be in the army, baby. We just try to do what we can. I don't want to keep repeating it, but those of you all that was there was there. Okay, so with all of that being said, after the grand scheme of things, everybody that knows that follows me knows that I be having these doggone anxiety attacks and these panic attacks. And it's to the point where it's like they started when I had my baby, and they got worse when I had the atopic baby. Girl. I was just having a conversation with somebody about that the other day. I said, I don't care. Like, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Because it's like, I feel as if, like, people are so judgmental to the point where when you're going through what you're going through, it's already bad enough I got to carry these bags when I'm walking out here in the streets. People be looking at you like, oh, you got all these bags, just knowing that you're going through something. But in the grand scheme of things, I try not to look like what it is that I'm going through. So, if it take a $10 eyebrow, a $10 thread to change the appearance of my face, or go wash my hair, or something to that nature, or whatever it is that I need to do to the bare minimum to not put myself in that boat, then that's just what it is. But I appreciate that compliment. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it, but that's just what happened. So, Sunday, no response. Monday, I'm hungry, no response, have nowhere to go. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yesterday was my last text. I said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna keep doing this. Because in the whole grand scheme of things, y'all know that's my new word, right? In the whole grand scheme of things, like, what's gonna happen if something really seriously happened to me out there? Then y'all butt's gonna be like really, really, really sad. So I'm over it in terms of trying to rent a car. Right now, my thing is to get enough money where I can at least have a 7-day stay in a hotel. And this is just basically, this ain't throwing nobody underneath the bus, child. But you can't be asking folks for money. Thank you so much, Mama T, for liking this live. You can't be asking people for money, and you can't be online talking about all your business, and then people be trying to figure out, well, where's the missing pieces of the puzzle. So, yeah, that was like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday type situation. And that's how that went. So, I walked the streets last night. Some of y'all was on live with me last night, and that was cool or whatever. Phone went dead. So I was outside last night. But as of today, someone did reach out, and they got me a room for 1 day only. 1 day only. That's it. I was able to eat earlier. Okay. I probably got about $20 left in my pocket. Do we want to spend $20 right now? Absolutely not. Especially when you don't know how you're going to eat tomorrow, where you're going to go, what the situation may be. So, yeah, I probably got about like $20 left. But I was able to get a room today, so I don't have to worry about, you know, the whole situation of being outside today. But tomorrow, I'm trying to extend. So, also, those of you all that's been following me, as far as an update with housing, I do have a hearing coming up. I'm not going to say when, I'm not going to say where, I'm not going to say how, or any details of anything. But what I will say to you all, because I don't like to talk prematurely about stuff until it actually happens, if that makes sense. So I have a hearing that's coming up with housing. And basically, in other words, it's like a termination hearing. That's pretty much, in other words, what it is. They want to know why I got evicted. That's pretty much the word on the street right now. They want to know why I got evicted. So that hearing is coming up. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to stabilize myself so I can be able to do everything it is that I need to do in that little black bag that I be carrying, because my mind be all over the place where I can't focus on one thing at a time when I'm around here trying to focus on like survival, if that makes sense. So I do have a hearing. And those of you all that's in the back, and those of you all that's new here, um, I am homeless. Outside of me being homeless, I'm here on 2 feet. Okay, so I'm not homeless because I didn't pay my rent. Thank you so much, Mama T, for liking the live, and be straight with me. Thank you. I'm not out here on the street homeless because I didn't pay my rent. I lost my job. I smoked it up. I drank it up. I didn't pay my rent. That's not why I am homeless. And I've talked about the story once before, but as far as my YouTube page, I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start discussing topics that people have. I'm gonna start discussing. I'm gonna start discussing and answering questions that everybody got questions to, where I can just say it one time and people can go back over there and watch the video. So, I'm short synopsis. Grand scheme of things is that no matter what the situation is here in Texas, I'm from Chicago. I've never experienced this when it comes down to your lease ending, you moving out of place, or whatever. I've never been homeless in the city of Chicago with housing. Okay, I may have been evicted on market rent and may have to go and find another apartment. But far as being homeless and having a Section 8 voucher, absolutely not. That stuff did not start until I came down here to Texas. So you have some landlords that go month to month. You got some landlords that don't go month to month. But they have a right of not wanting to go to month if they don't want to. So regardless of whatever happens with that lease, okay, well, technically that lease is what's supposed to protect them between you two. That's supposed to protect you. Maybe wasn't no protection over here. Whole nother story for another day. But like me, I was evicted. No one was really hearing my side of the story because they were not well versed in federal laws and housing laws. So they're going off of state level. Okay, hey, regardless of whoever paid the rent, you don't have a lease, whatever. It was just a whole big mess when it came down to the eviction. And eventually, when it's all said, when all of this is said and done, I'm eventually going to talk about it. I just don't want to talk about it now, if that makes sense. So I'm going to say this. If you don't have a lease, short version, if you don't have a lease and you have to move when you own Section 8, if you have not been terminated from the program, that means that you are still on Section 8. That means that you still have a Section 8 voucher. That means that you are still a voucher holder, a participant. That does not mean that you lost your housing because you got evicted. You have to go through the whole process to get terminated. They come back and they say, okay, well, these are the violations or whatever the violation may be. And then once the violation come about, then that's when you go to a hearing. And then it's a hearing officer that addresses the overall situation. Now, the hearing officer is not somebody that's just random or like a random caseworker. This is like a whole legal department. So this is somebody that's well versed into the laws of the contract, the lease, housing, things to that nature. So that's kind of how it goes. This is not my first time having a termination hearing. But for them, they looking at it like, well, why were you evicted when we just paid your rent for the month of for the month of April? This is what they trying to figure out. So that's why I'm homeless. And I get so tired of everybody talking about it as if like, oh, you homeless again. Oh, you homeless again. Well, I mean, maybe they should do something different. Thank you so much for liking the live. Maybe they should do something more different when it comes down to how they go about things. You know what I'm saying? With participants having to move. Because if they don't have nowhere to go, such as a shelter, family or friend house, while they're waiting for their next apartment, this is kind of like what it looks like. So my overall plan when I moved into my apartment was to be there for 2 years. I was not trying to leave up out of there. Hence, that's why I got evicted. Hence, that's why I got all them doggone execution videos on my doggone YouTube page. Because absolutely not. You're not going to take me to court and Section 8 just paid this rent 17 days ago. You finna tell me I got to walk up out of here? Didn't they just give you all your money? Why? No, I'm going to sit right here and y'all going to have to put me up out of here. Because when it's all said and done, girl, look. I can't wait till that termination hearing is over with. I've done nothing wrong. When I get this voucher back, I'm going to find me an attorney. Okay? That's trauma. That's traumatic experiences. Okay? I'm over here suffering. Let's go back to all the money that was donated that I had to spend. That was a gift for me to have to stay in a hotel, to get food, to rent a car. All this funding. I need an attorney. And if somebody knows somebody that knows somebody, child, hit me up. I don't care how this may go. I'll still find an attorney. Either way it go, when it's all said and done. I just want to wait till this hearing was over with, so I can figure out who needs to be included in the docket. Because I'm going to be the plaintiff. So who's going to be the defendant? You know, how many defendants is going to be a part of this lawsuit? Just not checkers, people. All right. So that's just what it is. That's just what we're dealing with. So as for now, I have faith that everything is going to go well with this hearing. And when that's over with, then what we'll do, we'll just go find a place. We'll go find a place, move in somewhere, and continue on with our life. Continue on with everything it is that we've been continuing on with. You know, this situation right here is unfortunate that I'm out here on 2 feet. Because a lot of y'all that have been following me, especially on YouTube, can vouch and say that I really didn't have to ask for much help. While I had the vehicle, I may have needed some gas or a couple of dollars, or somebody may reach out and say, hey girl, you okay? You all right? Here's something. Even though I was sleeping in that vehicle, I was not pressing the issue of the fact that, oh, I'm out here sleeping in the car. No. Mm-mm. So I'm just like, how? So that's it. That's just where I'm at. But I'm taking, anybody got any questions or any concerns about anything, like please feel free to chat. I talk to everybody. I seriously do. This is a phone call. This is what we're doing. We're on FaceTime. This is a FaceTime phone call. All right. So that's just it. But I walked and I walked and I walked and walked and been sleeping outside and been walking and just trying to find places to go to kill time. The hard part for me is my charger. Keeping my phone charged. Like, I have 4 phones. I have another phone that I need to charge up. This is my 3rd phone, which is my real phone. These 2 phones are Wi-Fi phones. And the internet is feeding through, you know, those phones there. I'm in Texas. So I never did leave Texas. Yeah. I never did leave Texas. I'm still here. After that whole situation, last time it was a lot to transfer the voucher from Houston to Dallas. So with that being said, no, absolutely not. I am not going nowhere. Six figure, thank you so much for the roses and the heart puffs. I do appreciate them. Thank you. All six of them. So no, I'm not going nowhere. Like, this is it. Like, I wash my hands, you know. However this is gonna go with this voucher, I'm not transferring nothing nowhere else. I'm not going to another city. I'm not going to another state. I'm going to go ahead and utilize it. They give it back to me. And once it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying? My kids, my last child, phased out of the program 2 years ago when I was transitioning back to Dallas from Houston. She phased out of it, which basically, in other words, means that she was making too much money, things of that nature. So it was best for her to get off the voucher. But now I'm the only person on the voucher. So I really, it's to the point where it's like, everybody know I like to be able to work. I like to be able to generate some money. It's cool to be able to have a voucher and everything. But when it's just you, that one person on that voucher, and you start making so much income, then it's not really going to add up in a dollar amount. So just going to take it one day at a time. Your brother used to live in Garland? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know about Garland. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. That's not too far. Not too far away. Where are you all from? Where are you from? Do he still live in Texas? Nasam, I think you were over here on YouTube. Jersey? Okay. That's cool. You're like the second person that's been talking about Jersey and New York, and everybody just been talking about resources and stuff up there of how much better it is. I'm sorry. Sending you my condolences. I'm so sorry. And especially considering the fact it's a 1 year anniversary. I'm sorry. Nasam 278. Um, I wouldn't say that I lost my apartment. I would say that my apartment lost me. I would say that my apartment lost me. I don't think I lost the apartment. We are no longer together. We needed to be separated, baby. They had too much going on. They had too much going on over there. But in legal terms, they evicted me. They put me up out of there, child. So, my court docket reads possession only. That's all they wanted. Possession only. So, their defense is, yeah, possession only. Their defense is, I didn't have a lease. That's what the defense was. I don't have a lease. Why do I need a lease? You don't necessarily have to have a lease. Not everybody have a lease. You don't want to write a lease. Let's just start there. Who cares about a lease? You was getting your money, right? So regardless if I had a lease or not, you took money every month. August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Child, they just had to stop the money. That's just how bad it was. Yeah. They're serious. And outside of them getting money, and outside of me not having a lease, every time you accept money for a unit, that's 30 days. That's a 30-day agreement. That starts all over. That's a whole 30-day agreement. So I had an August agreement, October, September, whatever. That's a new agreement. So I don't understand like why these judges is not sitting here and understanding everything it was that I was telling them. It just doesn't make sense. So let's not even worry about the money. Let's take the money away from it. Let's take away the lease. They had a whole entire contract with housing from August 1st, 2025 to August 1st, 2026. It's my new contract. That went into effect July 31st, 2025. They evicted me. They filed for eviction August 13th, 2025. So technically, if you look at the basis of it, you mean you were paying on a permanent place to live without a lease? How? I'm on Section 8. I'm on Section 8. I'm on Section 8. So a contract is in place. And not everybody that live places have a lease. Not everybody that live places have a lease. Sometimes a lease can be a verbal agreement, a binding contract, a piece of paper to say, hey, you can stay here for XYZ amount of days or whatever it is that two parties agree upon. You sign it and you keep it moving. But when it comes down to housing, there has to be a lease in place when you initially move into a unit. It has to be a lease. When it comes down to that contract being extended for a following year, they don't need to see another lease. It's called an addendum. Basically, this new contract is an addendum to the original contract. So nobody needs to sign anything. You already signed up for it the first time around. That's how that goes. So it was addendum to the first contract, the first lease, everything. And so protocol is when you go to evict a tenant, the landlord is supposed to notify housing. And once they notify housing is the one that come back and give you a termination letter to say, okay, well, this is what you violated. Housing was never notified. They did all this under the table. To the point where they filed for eviction. That's how it went. So, and in order to evict me, technically, if I was a market tenant, if Nancy Wilson 346 over here on YouTube, good evening to you. How are you doing? I'm doing a dual live. I'm talking to Crack of Dawn over here on TikTok, and I'm over here with you guys on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. If I was a market tenant, right, then it's possible to it's possible to take somebody to court for possession only. But far as being Section 8 tenant, that's the federal contract. Federal contract is going to trump state laws any day. So they were supposed to say, hey, we got a problem with Miss Johnson over here. She didn't put a hole in the wall. She's selling drugs out the house. Whatever. Child, 12 days in, they went ahead and they just filed for an eviction. So the grand scheme of things of why, so those of you all that is new here, why did they evict me and why did they want to get me out so bad? Because I had an issue with the maintenance guy. If you go over here to YouTube, you'll be able to see a video where it says breaking and entering or something like that. Well, first of all, let's start back to November. Let's go to 2024 in November. Units start having electrical issues. Boom. I'm putting in requests. You don't do what you need to do? I'm going to housing. I ain't got time for this. You get what I'm saying? I got injured. He came into my house. No type of request or anything whatsoever. Came in. I closed the door. Pushed the door back in on me. On my shoulder. Dallas police got that written up as an assault. So you go from that. Then it was a small electrical fire inside of the kitchen area. All right, what happens? Now the fire department is called. Now I got to go down here to housing. Now they need an electrician. They got to get a certified, bona fide electrician out here to do all this electrical work. You go over here to TikTok, over here, YouTube, be able to see the videos over there. Time to have some money put to the side or whatever. You don't tell nobody the day of that you want to take a car back. I can have respect the fact if that's just what you wanted to do for whatever your reasoning is. At that point in time, I really would not have even really cared. Stand by. It would have just basically, in other words, told me how you really feel. Okay? But then you turn off the DoorDash. You cut my whole supply off of being able to get out here and make some money. So you should have said that like the prior week before. Before you just up and take back. When this is how somebody is living, and breathing. Hell, I may need to take her ass to court. Shit, you didn't give me a notice to vacate. I'm sitting around here and you done took all my whole money supply off. This is abuse. You abusing me. I needed at least 72 hours, 24, 42, something, baby. I needed something. I needed a little bit of notice so I can be able to put out. Get my stuff together before she just put me out. Okay? I had an unlawful eviction from the apartment and from the damn car. This is crazy. Nobody want to see me win. In the whole grand scheme of things, it's a whole food. It's a whole entire food. So I'm just like, whatever. It's just surreal right now, y'all. Oh, and my medication. I went to the hospital. Didn't get an opportunity of getting my medication. That was like almost 7 days ago. I reached out to them and I said, well, can one of y'all or somebody help me get my medication? I'm getting out the hospital and I need my meds. Ain't nobody even say, here's $30, $40, $50. Go get your medication. I've been around here needing to take my medication and can't even take it. Which is anxiety, panic attacks, things of that nature. Something that will be able to help me function a little bit more throughout the day. So it's just too much, y'all. So that's just the long and short of it. Anybody got any questions? Any concerns about anything? Oh, and I meant to tell y'all, they be coming over here watching me. All of them be coming over here watching me, especially on YouTube. Come over to YouTube, they sit back, they watch. I guess this is their satisfaction to say, you know what? We see that she's alive, so she must be okay. A mess. Whole entire. But yeah, so that's it. That's just it. So I have something to look forward to when it comes down to housing. It's not as if that I don't have anything to look forward to, because I have a voucher. Now, if I was in a situation where I didn't have a voucher, then it'd be one of those cases where it's like, okay, we need to go ahead and we need to do something different. Miss Nancy Wilson said, what is going on with me today? Stay safe and strong. Yes, ma'am. Today, I'm able to utilize this room space. Somebody paid forward. I was able to get a room, so I won't have to be on the streets today. Last night, I was on the streets last night. So, right now, it's a day at a time. I was able to eat earlier, so, I got $20. I'll be able to get something to eat if I need to eat, today. But the whole grand scheme of things now is like just trying to get money for tomorrow, so I don't have to be back outside, trying to figure it out tomorrow, because it's one thing when you're outside, can't charge your phone, need some help or whatever, and the time it may be off. So I just figured that I would just come on ahead of time, to try to see if I can get some help. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. I am going to continue to try to stay safe and try to stay strong no matter what the situation is. She said 4 years ago she was homeless back in Providence, Rhode Island. How long were you homeless for? Wow. Wow. Okay. She said she packed up and moved to Texas 4 years ago. But she was homeless 4 years ago. She came to Texas. Mm. When you came here, did you know anybody? Mm-hmm. That's good. You have a nice place to lay down and lay your head down. That's all right. That's all right. That's what I be saying. Like, when you hit homeless on this level, when it gets to like the rock bottom, when people get to the point where they start asking for help, it's because they really seriously need the help. They probably didn't execute all options. They probably don't have no friends or no family, or nobody to be able to reach out to. No other options. When it gets to this point, and it's to the point where, for me, I've I'll be out there, I'll be helping the friends and stuff like that. And some things you just really seriously you don't understand. You don't understand why somebody don't want to pack up, and move to another state. In her case is she said that she got a grown daughter that live in Texas. So it's a blessing that she actually had the opportunity to pack her things up and move to Texas because she had some help. You know what I'm saying? Um, she said her grown daughter told her to pack up and move to Texas. So she had some help as somewhere along the line. Not everybody have help, and sometimes in some situations, some people may just need a little bit of help. Not a whole lot, but to each his own. She said that her daughter helped her get her current apartment, and she showed her how to build a rental house. Okay, that's all right. God bless you, and God bless her as well. Just for her being there to be able to help and assist you as her mom. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Golden Years Mom, for liking the live. Thank you. I mean, yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. Like, seriously. I mean, it's good to hear that you're doing well. You got a nice apartment, a nice place, home, or whatever you have. That you're able to just go in somewhere, shut a door, and you got something of your own, opposed to just being outside on the streets. So, I would probably say for me, my only thing will probably be is housing. That I have to say is probably like my biggest problem right now. I'm gonna have to let these people go. I can't keep going on like this. Okay, the only thing is you pay the rent. Okay, you pay the rent, and your daughter pay all the utilities. That's good. She's helping you. She's helping you. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. Yes, ma'am. How long were you homeless for, if you don't mind me asking? Like, how long were you on the streets for? It's a lot being homeless and just trying to sustain as a woman being on the street. It's mentally. Oh, yes. Wow. You got approved for hood. That's all right. That's cool. Section 8, low income housing. You got a voucher? They giving you a voucher? She said she was on the streets for a year, y'all. Wow. Whew. I'm struggling by the day. I'm crumbling by the day. I'm crumbling by the minute. Daytime is cool. But by the time the nighttime hit, it becomes mentally draining. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you got approved. Mm-hmm. That's good. I'm in Texas too. I'm in Dallas. I'm in Dallas. Yes. I'm so happy for you. I mean, like, that's a real live success story. I'm trying not to cry. Um, that's good. I'm just so happy after just being on the streets for a whole year and for your daughter to come in. You in Dallas too? Okay. That's cool. It's okay if it's not a physical voucher. You still got approved for a place. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am in Dallas. Yeah, I am in Dallas. I've been in Dallas since 2018. Yeah, I moved here for a better opportunity for my children. They got their better opportunity. Now it's time for me to find my better opportunity. Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. I'm getting hungry, y'all. Just sitting here like there's no stores or nothing like within walking distance. Like seriously have to um seriously have to, you know. Yeah. All right. So Nancy Wilson, I don't know if you are still there, ma'am. I have a link bio. Thank you so much for liking this live. Thank you, thank you, thank you.